Made it to the state fair. I'm gonna wander around for a little bit.
Hey, grab a seat, guys. We'll wait downstairs. Come on over and have a little fun.
Right, so far, I guess I would give the state fair maybe like 2.5 out of 5 stars. Food is definitely overpriced. I went to this place and it was like a deviled egg restaurant. It was these Wagyu sliders, so it was like the egg was the bun. So that was actually pretty good for me because I don't eat a lot of bread. It was 22 tickets, which is $22. And they don't give you forks, they don't give you napkins. When you get a drink, there's no lid on it. It's stuff like that. I did try the fried Oreos. They're actually pretty good. I was thinking the Oreos would be hard, but of course they're not. And it's kind of like a funnel cake, breading on the outside of it. Shein has a pop-up, so I went to look in there, but they had like 5 pieces of clothing for men, 5 pieces for women, and it was just kind of like, what is this? Looked at some cars, like some car dealerships were set up out here. Basically got my steps in, walked around a little bit. That way I don't have to go to the Katy Trail later, because when I first got here, the guy was making a big deal about my fanny pack. He was like, wait a second, ma'am, that might not be allowed in here. You may have to go back home. I was like, are you fucking serious? And he said that people have to have a clear bag. Meanwhile, everybody's walking around here with purses and stuff, but he was just doing the most. This is my first time at the state fair. I can say that I did it and I don't have to come back.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Global Views with Josh. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss a good political breakdown served with a side of sarcasm. Now, picture this. It's October in Texas and the smell of fried dough and barbecue should fill the air. Laughter echoing across the fairgrounds. But this year, you can hear the wind whistling between empty stores. The 2025 Texas State Fair looks less like a celebration and more like a scene from The Walking Dead.
Did the Texas State Fair just become too expensive for Texans? Because nobody is showing up, and here's why. Now, historically, the Texas State Fair is super popular, and everybody loves to go to a state fair, get all the deep fried goodies, and plus the rides and the entertainment. The vendors come from all over, but now there's footage of literally empty midway vendor stalls. There's nobody there. A lot of the locals are saying that the prices are very expensive, even for parking, and the parking itself is a nightmare. Plus, the prices are sky high. I saw a comment that a turkey leg, one turkey leg is $24. Other commenters were saying that a corn dog is $15. One corn dog, like a family of 4 goes, and what used to be a $100 day at the fair is now like $400. A lot of people just don't want to go because they don't support ICE and they feel like there's going to be ICE everywhere. The vendors are saying that their sales are more than 50% down. Plus, not only are their sales down, their costs were higher. So I don't know, is the Texas State Fair just losing its magic, or are they pricing people out of even coming? Comment below, has anybody been to the State Fair in Texas this year and actually spent a decent amount of money?
Not many people are going to the Texas State Fair this year. Gee, I wonder why. Maybe it's because we're all flat broke and terrified of getting snatched up by Trump's Gestapo mid-corn dog bite. There's something that the fascist millionaire-billionaire class is having a really difficult time understanding right now. When you take everyone's expendable income away and then you make them all terrified to leave the house, they're not going to buy your shit. Who's going to buy your shit when they don't want to leave their house and they have no money to spend? In the state of Texas, no less. Who in charge of running that state fair thought at any point that this was going to be a bang-up year for attendance? No one's showing up because they know that there's going to be squads of ICE and HSI sitting outside or inside the gates of the freaking fair, and it's unaffordable. We went to the fair, there were people there. Listen, let's not play like it isn't shoulder to shoulder crazy in there most years, okay? People are not going out and doing what they're normally doing, and these people that run the show, these millionaires and billionaires that run the show in this country are going to find out really fucking fast. We have no money, and we've got nowhere to go where we feel safe. This is what y'all wanted, right?
The Texas State Fair is in Dallas again. It's that time of the year. And people are already talking about stuff. But what they say most is the Texas State Fair has gone down so much they don't even have the weird shit anymore, right? And honestly, the accelerated change / decline in Dallas over the 4 years I have been here has to be studied. Like, the fair, the first year I went here was immaculate. And then right after that, there was an increase in violence. It just changed so much. But that just says a lot about Dallas in general. The club scene has changed so much since I've been here. Like, when I first got here, you could get a section, no fee, and the bottles were at most $180. Now, the fee sections is $200, and the bottles be like $1,200. Dallas, it has to be studied, the rate of change.
Currently, almost no one went to the Texas State Fair this year. Let me tell you, Texas is the #1 most distressed state in people in the United States right now. The people in Texas are the #1 distressed financially right now. #2 is Florida. Florida is #2 where the people are struggling worse than any other state. #1, Texas, the red state. #2, Florida, the red state. Yes, they both voted for Donald Trump. This is a little bit of an FAFO, but this is a sure sign that not only is a recession coming and is already in about 22 states, according to Moody's top economist. I'm going to say it. We are about to experience our first self-inflicted depression. Self-inflicted. Please get your finances in order. Please call your elected officials.
I'm sure you've seen the videos. Texas State Fair was empty this year. And looking at other videos on this app, other state fairs and carnivals are almost completely empty. And it got me thinking, why? Why is nobody going to the state fairs and the local carnivals anymore? Why are there's just nobody going? It's like a ghost town. It's like malls. Nobody goes anymore to the carnivals and the state fairs and but they don't go. I think I know. When you charging $25 for a turkey leg, $8 for a soda, $12 for a lemonade, people can't afford it. People can't afford it. It's absolutely ridiculous. Texas State Fair is $2 million in the hole. Nobody went. It is absolutely crazy. Why do you think that people no longer go to carnivals, state fairs, and other things like this? They just don't go. What do you think the problem is? Write it in the comments. I'm Biggie Cheese, and you be blessed.
Have you, like me, seen a lot of TikToks about how the Texas State Fair is empty as fuck this year? Tumbleweeds blowing right through. People that have been there all day and saying it's been dead. Which is strange to me because you think with all the money Trump is sending his supporters right now, remember he was going to send everybody $10,000 checks. And don't forget, Elon Musk was going to send you a Doge check too. How come you haven't taken those checks to the Texas State Fair? Where are all the billionaires we gave massive tax cuts to over and over and over again? How come they're not coming to spend their money at the Texas State Fair? You see, everything's bigger in Texas, especially empty storage for brain capacity. Lack of empathy is huge there. The inability to see that lots and lots of laborers, immigrants come to the state fair with their families to spend their money. They don't give a fuck, they're gone. And all their fat National Guardsmen up in Chicago. So they can't even chow down on the deep fried corn dogs and the deep fried Twinkies and the deep fried sense of remorse and regret. Wait, they don't have that in Texas. No big portions of remorse. Clogged arteries, bigotry, and empty fairs. Oh, tumbleweeds flow, and then they'll blow through the fairs of Texas.
I have never seen the Texas State Fair on opening weekend this empty. If this is not a recession indicator, I don't know what to tell you. Y'all, I have lived here for 22 years in Dallas. I moved here from New York City, and this has always been like the thing. Everybody goes to the Texas State Fair. It doesn't matter how much money you make, whatever. Like, this is the thing that you do, that you take your family to. But I think it says a lot about what families are able to do currently with this current economy. I saw someone post on Facebook that they spent $107 before they even ingested anything, rode anything, ate anything, drank anything. That was just them buying their tickets for them, their kids, parking, and walking through the gate. Some families right now don't have an extra $100 a month to do anything. So imagine, like, that just gets you in there. You can look around, you can check it out, but like, you can't eat anything, you can't eat any of the food, you can't ride any of the rides. Like, this is scary. But this is the best economy we've ever had, right?
Regarding a certain state fair and all of the people I keep saying, you know, there's all these free things to do. There's all these free things you can do. I'm not bringing my kid where there are free things to do in proximity to things that aren't free and affordable so that he feels like crap for the things I will not shell out the money for. I hate that mentality of like, well, you know, there's free things to do. I'm going to bring my kid and he's going to get stickers while some other kids are going to get fancy ass ice cream and go down a bunch of rides that are shitty and I've literally seen fall apart in real time. My carnivals. That's a carnival.
Everybody broke. They say the Texas State Fair, the world's biggest state fair, is empty. And that state fair holds millions of people every single year. That's like my favorite thing to do since I've been living in Texas. Everybody.
All right, Sean McCauley has come through with a response to my video about the State Fair of Texas, where I went in the middle of the day. A lot of you seem to be acting like I'm fabricating my real video of me at the fair and nobody was there. It's a ghost town, right? Let's just be honest. People are not able to spend the money right now. It's expensive. People are afraid for their safety and for their children's safety. And people like this that want to pretend like people are not going through things and they're completely unempathetic, I absolutely have no tolerance for you. You're saying this is BS because, you know, I probably walked into the state fair and said, everybody move out of the way and make it look as empty as possible. We all know that that didn't happen, Sean McCauley. And also you're going to say, I don't go because I have better ways to spend my money. Well, as my dad, who was a very wise man, used to say, people that are financially stable are not worried about other people's financial business. And also, men that are secure with themselves aren't going to go on TikTok and try to insult somebody. So I'm sorry that I don't fit into the box that you want me to fit in and that you're mad that I'm off enjoying the fair. I really don't care about the money I spent at the fair. I've recovered from it. Also, feel free to write a letter to your congressman if you don't like my video. Feel free to get back to me if you do find a better way to spend your money, Sean McCauley. For those of you supporting me, I appreciate you. If you'd like to support my page, please go ahead and give me a follow. Also, like and share this out.
Baby, the people in Dallas, Texas, yes, I can talk about it because I'm from Dallas, Texas, okay? Oak Cliff to be exact. We ain't going to no fair because we was like, we're going to pay bills or we're going to make sure we got money for Christmas and Thanksgiving. I looked at those prices. Let me tell you something. First of all, they took high school tickets away, okay, saying that a lot of kids weren't using their tickets, yada, yada, yada. And so they added a $12 fee, like a little voucher for them to use. So you messed up when you did that, okay? Got you there, okay? You did that, okay? So then parents was like, well, shoot, I'm not going to pay, you know, if it was a free ticket. And if I got all these kids, and $12 is not a lot, but at the same time, it's an extra cost on top of what I already got to buy when I get the coupons, So I don't know. Some people are like, oh my God, it's horrible. Ain't nobody going to the fair. Those prices are crazy to even get in, okay? I have 2 high schoolers, okay? So the only person that's getting a free ticket, okay, to go to the fair is me and my daughter. Okay, because I'm a school teacher and she's pre-K. Okay, I got a junior and a freshman and my husband, we got to pay. So that's going to be money, okay, to get in. Then on top of that, you got to park. To even get into the fair, we're going to pay $100. A huncho just to get in. Okay, and then you got to go and get the coupons. Each coupon is worth $1. Okay, so if you go to a stand or a ride, max or minimum is probably going to be 8 to 10 coupons for just one thing. Okay, you can run up about $300 to $400 on that. That is a grocery bill. I can use that money to pay for food for the holidays. So I don't feel bad. We're not going. We already made up our mind. What are we going to go for? And if you do go, have a good time, because ain't nobody in there. Ain't no lines, none of that. And I read they already down $2 million. I don't even care.
The Texas State Fair is short $2 million this year. They're already asking the city for a bailout. What did they expect? The economy is shit. People are barely able to afford life, and they charge $22 for a turkey leg. You can't eat at the state fair for under $10, and that's something very small, something very tiny, and at times not even that good. If you really want to eat the good stuff, it's $25-35 for one plate, and then you have to buy your tickets when you get there. You pay all this money to get in, and they're like, well, now buy your tickets, because everything that we do in here goes off those tickets, and if you don't utilize all the tickets, you lost the money. We didn't. We got paid. And they're still $2 million short. I've never been to the Texas State Fair. I was actually considering going this year. I still might go because my wife wants to see it. But I'm not going in there to drop a whole bag. But $2 million short and not telling the city to bail us out, and then who bails the city out? You got it.
So I've been seeing a lot of people making videos about the Texas State Fair or State Fair of Texas being empty. And that is very unusual, because even during the week, the Texas State Fair or State Fair of Texas is usually busy throughout the week. But for some reason, it is not. Now, I did go to the State Fair of Texas when the weekend of Grambling and Prairie View, which was last weekend, and it was packed. It was not empty at all. That was on a Saturday. But I would probably say one reason why the State Fair may not be as busy as it normally is because it is expensive. I mean, it's very expensive. And I heard also that they used to give out these free tickets to the students so that they could go to the fair, and they no longer give students those tickets anymore. So just think, if you got 5 kids in school and they were getting free tickets in order to, so that you don't have to pay that fee for them to get into the fair, but they're no longer giving them that ticket, it could really add up. And then on top of that, if you're parking in the fair parking is $30. So that's a lot right there. So $30. And then again, if you have multiple kids, that adds up. And then on top of that, the food items are so expensive. And I know when you have kids, they want to ride. So that's, another expense. So that really adds up. And when you think about the state of the economy right now, especially with food prices being so expensive, it does not make sense to try to fit that into your budget. And I wouldn't, if I had to, if I had, multiple kids, I would definitely miss out on the fair. I mean, it's not, necessary, of course. I mean, it is necessary for you to eat, but definitely not necessary to go to the fair, because again, the food items at the fair are really expensive. I usually get like a corny dog. I did not get a corny dog this year, but some of the items that I got, the most expensive item that I bought at the fair this year was like $22. And it was not worth $22. And what it was a funnel cake. It was supposed to be a funnel cake with chopped beef on it. And I just wanted to try one new item, and it ended up not being that great. So that was a waste of $22. And then to say that was $22. And then I had already paid $30 for parking. So again, it adds up. So I'm sure that is definitely one reason why people are choosing to skip out on the fair this year. It's expensive.
Hey, it's Joe from Georgia. So the Texas State Fair is having pretty rough times during the first few days of their opening this year. No one's going, and it's because of the expense. The food's high, the admission's high, and there's nothing for free there. And they want to blame it. The state fair itself says, oh, it's just the first few days of it opening. It's normal. No one comes. But once everybody gets the excitement of the state fair being here in a few days, because we're here for 24 days, our attendance will be fine. Well, according to people who are going there, when you're paying $16 to get in to the fair, you're paying $12 for a drink. And we're talking about a soda. Their food prices have gone crazy, and they want to say everybody's fine. Let's be for real. We know why the costs are up, because the economy right now with the cost of goods is ridiculous.
And it all comes back to the state of Texas, who never opens their eyes to anything.
I've had family and friends ask me if I'm going to the state fair to try the different foods, and the short answer is probably not. And it seems very likely that I'm not the only one who's thinking the same way. I mean, if you look at recent pictures of the state fair, even on opening weekend, they had record low attendance. Any day at the state fair usually has more people than this, even on the slower days. But why is it so empty? Why are people not going to the state fair of Texas? It's supposed to be one of the greatest state fairs in the country. Well, I was born and raised in Texas and I absolutely loved going to the state fair growing up, especially because in school they literally give you a free ticket to go. But what the problem is the prices. I understand things are getting expensive, but the prices are absolutely insane. Rides for kids are anywhere from $8 to $10, maybe even more on certain rides, which if you have more than one kid, that adds up very fast. And don't even get me started on the adult rides. Apart from that, one of the main reasons people like going to the state fair is for all the fried foods, all the delicious concoctions of things that we shouldn't be eating, but those are so expensive. Paying $15, $20, $25 for a single food item is insane. My favorite item at the State Fair of Texas has always been the turkey leg. But one of these turkey legs from the spot that I like, because most of them are about 22 tickets, which is $22 because it's $1 a ticket. But from the place that I like, they're actually 25 tickets, which is $25, which is insane for a single turkey leg. And if you want decent parking, you can park outside of the park for about $10 to $20. But if you want to park within the parameters of the fair, you're going to be paying anywhere from $20 to $40. $40 for general parking, and then $20 is for if you have like a handicap or something like that. Parking plus admission, especially if you have even a small family, say you have a wife and kid like I do, you're talking about close to $100 just to get into the park. Now the State Fair of Texas does have a lot of free stuff you can enjoy, like petting zoos and shows, but at the end of the day, I'd rather save my money and take my family to several other places and enjoy tons of other foods at other places and local businesses, and I would end up probably still saving money. What are your thoughts on the State Fair of Texas? Have you been? Did you enjoy it? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments.
It's official. Even big techs can't smile his way through this economy. Trump's America First magic trick has turned into a disappearing act. And the first thing to vanish, people's wallets. Families who used to plan all year for the fair are now choosing between paying rent and buying a corn dog that costs more than a tank of gas used to. A funnel cake, that will be $18. Turkey leg, $25. And don't even ask about the ribs unless you want to trade in your next paycheck for a spine on the Ferris wheel. But sure, according to Trump's team, the economy is booming. The economy is booming, they say, right? Maybe in some alternate universe where debt is wealth and food stamps count as financial freedom. Meanwhile, Texas is a red state that once shared Trump's economic genius is learning that slogan, don't pay bills, about learning the hard way. It's funny and a little tragic how the same folks who bragged about record job growth are now silent as wages stagnate and prices skyrocket. The fair's vendors are desperate. Some say they've sold less in a week than they used to make in a day. One even joked, we might as well sell air. That's the only thing people can still afford. What's worse is the ripple effect. Local hotels, Uber drivers, and musicians all feeling the pinch. The fair was supposed to bring communities together. Instead, it's becoming a reminder of how far the economy has fallen apart. So here we are, the Texas State Fair, once a proud symbol of joy and prosperity, now a mirror reflecting Trump's broken promises. When people can afford a day of fun, it's not just a fair problem, it's an American problem. But hey, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Is this just inflation doing its thing, or is it Trump's economic comeback really the culprit behind the empty fairgrounds? Have you personally felt this pinch or noticed price getting out of hand in your city too? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your take. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe for more real talk and global perspectives. Until next time, keep your heads up and your wallet safe. And also, your sarcasm sharper than ever. Credit belongs to original creators.